all the time you cannot let go, all the time you cannot avoid. There may be something. I understand your point. It may happen that something has been done really very bad, and it is damaging for the society, for the institutions, or for the people where I work. If someone does so, what I can do? How can I control myself? Still, you should have patience. What you can do? You can avoid that person, you can dismiss, but still you should be very calm with positive attitude.
Why knowledge matters. Professor Jahirul Haque, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure, and today really one of your core keys that you're most passionate, that's about leadership. Specifically, what's a leader?
Yeah, good question, in fact. Actually, to me, the leader is a person who can take decision and can execute. I mean, the person who can take decision and also can deliver it, you see. So decision and delivery, combination of both makes a leader. So only decision maker cannot be leader until and unless he or she can execute, can deliver the things that he or she is planning. So a combination of the quality of decision making and also execution quality makes a person a good leader. So leadership is not something like that. I will only command and somebody will follow me, and then things will be done. It doesn't work like that. Leadership, better leadership means better quality of working ability a person has. I mean, the person must have the quality of delivery. I mean, working himself or herself, so that others can follow that person. So that is the. I mean, you should create followers by your ability, by your working ability, by having the patience, by the quality how you can guide the people. That's it. It's leadership. It's not leadership. It is. I would like to make it the term guidance, not leadership. Leadership, it seems like it's a commandership, that like you command. Lead means like command, that you are leading someone. No, it doesn't work like that. Actually, you are guiding someone. That person may be your senior or maybe junior to you, no matters. You should guide. The better you guide, the better leader you are. That's leadership.
And who better than yourself, because you're the very top of a very fine institution. And now the question is really, how do you become a leader?
I don't know whether I have become a leader or not. I am having a position. The colleagues I am working with, they may, they are the right people who can say whether I am a leader or not. The quality of your decision making, the quality of your, delivery, the quality of your guidance, your guiding quality, how you can guide your colleagues. Then what level of patience you can have. For example, in some critical cases, or sometimes your colleagues may not be able to deliver it timely and properly, but you must have the patience. So if you have all these sort of attributes, so that you can work in a team and guide your team properly, so that you can get things done properly, so that you can execute the decision that you have taken with your colleagues. I mean, working together, I mean, guiding together and delivery together, that's the leadership. So if I am able to do that, in that case, I can say that I am a leader. So I cannot assess myself. It is people who will assess myself. And the kind of contribution I make for the institution, that will say whether I am a leader or not. So I cannot say that my word does not mean anything. Rather, the output that I produce, that will say whether I am a leader or not. I would like to, answer like this.
And if someone asks you, what can I do to become a better leader? What will be the two things that you would recommend to someone that are pivotal in order to be an effective and good leader?
A great question. Let me, I think only 2, 3, 4 things like that, it is very difficult to answer. But as already you have asked these questions, let me answer. I think the leader should have, if there are just two things. One is supporting people and follow up them. That's it. For example, if I want to get things done, what I do? I just support them and just follow up whether it is done or not, whether it is done or not. I just call them whether it is done or not. I just keep emailing them. Um, uh, I just keep myself busy in communicating with them, whether get things done, whether things are done or not. So if not, how can I support you? What can I do for you? So let's work together. So you have to have a supportive mindset, and you should follow up your colleagues whether things are done or not, and what is the stage my colleagues are in. Maybe they are at the end of the at the ending process, or they're in the middle, so they need my support. So leadership is not like that you have given some task to your colleagues and you are out of touch, and after 1 month you are asking for delivery. No, they cannot do that. You should have the quality to follow up the things, to communicate with them, and to support when and where necessary. So two things, yeah, support or guidance and follow up. That's very important for a good leader, very important. Of course, there are some other attributes, like you should have decision making quality, you should have patience. It's very important. You should not be angry, or you should not be excited. You should have emotional intelligence. You must have emotional maturity. In that case, you can become a good leader. So a lot of things, a lot of attributes determine whether you are a good leader or not. But I answered that guidance or support and follow up, these two things is very essential for being a good leader for the modern society where we live in.
And who better than yourself, because it's already your second time you're serving at the very top at the university in Bangladesh, and this just speaks volume. So thank you so much for sharing this, Prof. Haque. Now, are leaders born or are they made? And I just quote Billy Diamond, who was the very first Grand Chief of the Cree Nation here in northern Quebec. And he said that great obstacles make great leaders.
I completely agree with this, because unless or until you face the adverse situation, you cannot, overcome the big challenges. So the more challenges you face, the better you can become. The more difficult challenges you face, the better leader you can become. Because in that case, you gain the ability to work and to face the critical and difficult challenges. So those who all the time face critical and difficult obstacle, they and then they survive in that situation, they become the leader, because they know how to deal with that critical situation, how to deal with that bad situation, how to deal with the obstacles, and they gain ability to work. They gain how to have patience, how to have how to control emotions, and therefore I think he is right. So facing obstacle and going through adverse situation, it's very important for being a good leader. I think you know, the better leaders that we have, all of them are all of them has gone through very difficult and critical time, past critical times, like Steve Jobs and many others. I completely agree with that. Even in my life, actually, I did not share with you. For last 2 years, I faced a lot of crisis regarding family and working environment. But I did not give up. I think whatever I am going to do, something is better waiting for me. All the time, I strongly believe in that. If you have that belief, even if you die, you are always happy because you have a belief that you have a faith that you are going to have better life, or you are already having a better life. Because it's like I told you the other day that it's a let go theory. So no problem is no problem. Yeah, there is no problem for you. Problem when you feels it is a problem. So no problem can touch you if you have emotional intelligence, if you control your maturity, if you have your confidence, if you can believe in yourself. And you should have believe in yourself and your family, friends, the world you are living. You have to believe in everyone. I mean, if somebody even does something really bad, what you can do? There are two options. Either you avoid that or you accept that. You cannot always criticize and living in that world. No. Either, for example, you have done really something bad for me. What I can do? I cannot control you. I cannot control you. I can control myself. So how I can control myself? I can accept the fact that you have done something, it's fine. Let go. Or I can avoid you. So I have to choose one of those. Otherwise, I will be unhappy all the time. Oh, Yannick is not good. He's all the time doing bad. So that means I am not a good person. I am not a good leader. I have no emotional maturity. It will mean. So my things is, the thing I am going to tell is, if you face critical and difficult situation, it's it is the process of learning. It is a learning process. It is an institution. It is an institution because when you do your MBA for being a good leader, you are learning strategic management, then general management, human resource management, microeconomics, macroeconomics, finance, and a lot of things you are doing during your leadership course. I mean, masters in business administration. So like the same thing, you have to learn something from your practical life, not from books. So the obstacle and the adverse situation you are facing, that is your learning, that is your institution. It is not the critical or adverse situation. It is the case study. It is your it is the school for your learning.
Beautiful, and I can really feel that you're really an exceptional leader, without a doubt. But of course, you won't talk about yourself this way. That's just not as appropriate in our culture, but that's fine. Do leaders have not an attitude that somehow sets them apart from others?
What do you mean that some
I think
negative attitude?
you really touched on it, that attitude is really important, that you always see the things as a way to improve rather than, putting you somehow into misery. Do you think like you have something, or leaders have something that specifically when it comes to their attitude to life or challenges, that sets them somehow apart from people who might not be in a leadership position?
Yes. Actually, it's all about uh, your attitude of how I mean attitude. There is attitude. How can I use that term? I don't know, but It's all about your attitude of accepting the fact that it is, attitude of saying let go, attitude of avoiding bad things, attitude of positively and easily receiving the facts that is around you. So that is that we should be very easygoing. That's it. We should be very easygoing. Not we should not have attitude that makes my life difficult. So if I am a person who can accept everything very easily, okay, it's fine. That attitude makes you different from others. That is the thing. All the time you should be calm and quiet. I have many colleagues, of course, here, and sometimes my colleagues say, "Sir, how can you be so calm during this situation? Why you did not react?" So no, I said, look, if I am the Vice Chancellor, I am the top person of this institution, so my maturity should be the top. This is the number one philosophy. Then even somebody junior to me did some mistakes, I say, you have to think that they are juniors and they will do mistakes. It is very natural, and you have to accept that. Even some senior people do mistakes, those who are senior to me, I have to say they are guru, they can do mistakes, so we have to still respect them. So this is the way you have to convince all the time yourself that it is okay. It is okay. You have to convince all the time positively, and it is all of it automatically comes from your mind when you have that positive attitude. Have I answered your question?
Yeah, and that's a whole other topic we can elaborate in the next episode, of course, about mindset. Thank you so much. Does the world need more or maybe better leaders?
I'll come to that question again. I can go back to that question again, that attitude. I mean, even a person, but all the time you cannot let go. All the time you cannot avoid. There may be something. I understand your point. It may happen that something has been done really very bad, and it is damaging for the society, for the institutions, or for the people where I work. If someone does so, what I can do? How can I control myself? Still, you should have patience. What you can do? You can avoid that person, you can dismiss, but still you should be very calm with positive attitude. Yeah, this person has done such a wrong thing. We may terminate him even, but still we have to support him so that he can go through some medical treatment or some kind of guidance or some kind of financial support we may provide with him if he or she needs. So all the time we have to be supported. That's I mean, we should be very easygoing, not very rigid. Yeah, that kind of attitude a leader should have. And in response to your last question, that whether we need more leaders or not, actually all the time in Bangladesh, the government has been approving too many institutions, too many banks. I mean, banks means where we deposit money, and too many television channels, and too many hospitals I observed for last 15 years. Then all the time I have been keep saying that it's a very big mistakes government has been doing for so many years. That in Bangladesh, all the time there's a question, there is a scarcity of number of hospitals. Because of that, people are not getting treatment. There is a scarcity of number of academic institutions. Actually, I can prove that it is not the number, it is all about the quality that we have. We have, for example, we used to have about 50 universities several years back. Now we have 150 universities, but the quality has gone tremendously down. So it is not about the number of the graduates that we produce. It is all about the quality of the graduates that we produce. Maybe number not too big we need, but the number that we produce, they should be higher quality. I'm talking about the graduates, academic number of academic institutions. We don't need so many academic institutions. We need one or two or three Harvard. For example, in India, they have only 20 IIT, and the graduates of IIT are leading the world. They have, I mean, Indian Institute of Technology, and they have about 20 IIM, Indian Institute of Management, and these 20 IIM are leading the world. So we don't need 150 or 200 universities. We need, only several universities which can produce very good graduates, and we don't need even too many graduates. Everybody will have MBA. Everybody will have graduation. No, we need worker. We need top level CEOs. We need mid level CEOs. So in response to your question, I am telling that number does not tell the quality. It is all about the quality. It is not the number. So again, when we used to have only only a few banks or few television channels, in that case, we used to have, for example, very good programs in those televisions. Now, the human resource remains same, but number of televisions have increased 5 times higher, and now they are not getting good quality of actors, and performers, and the quality of production they produce is very poor. It is again because of the big number. So, instead of approving too many television channels, if we focused on the quality of those existing television channels, we could have much better production and programs. So, in replying to your answer, that I am not very sure that whether we need good leaders. I am very anxious about the quality of the leaders that we have. I mean, those who are leading. For example, we are having war between Ukraine and Russia and in multiple different places of this world. So how can we cannot support the war. So we need good leaders who can lead their country. I mean, with who can come up with quality leadership, who can lead their country with an aim to establish peace and integrity, not to fight each other. So if we bring too many leaders, that will not serve the purpose of the society. Rather, we have to guide our leaders that what is the quality we need to have as a leader. So I am not a strong believer of increasing the number. I believe we need to guide our leaders. What is the quality or attributes a leader should have? That we need to have. I am rather in favor of not increasing of number. I am in favor of improving the quality of things that we have, of leader, of the academic institution. Whatever we have, we should improve the quality first. Then maybe we can go for increment of such things.
Last question. What makes you feel alive in your position as a Vice Chancellor?
When I can produce and I can create an environment for my colleagues that impacts, inside the university and outside the university. For example, as a Vice Chancellor, I have to satisfy the students and my colleagues with whom I am working. I have to satisfy them with a good purpose. I mean, I cannot satisfy you by doing something very bad. So, if I can satisfy my students, my colleague, by providing quality education and quality environment, and that which will ultimately impact the society. For example, if I can produce good teaching and learning, if I can provide our students with good teaching and learning, we will be able to produce good graduates, and that satisfies me, because if we can produce good graduates, they can serve the society. I mean, they can serve the society in a better way. So my satisfaction depends on the environment that I can create for this university. So it's I should have a good working environment, international standard, very good. I mean, international standard, I should not say, because now international standard I don't understand. A lot of problems all over the world. So we should not rely on this standard. We should rather create a standard. You see, we should rather create a standard. So my satisfaction depends on the good environment. So I am, as the Vice Chancellor, I am supposed to create good environment for students, for my colleagues, for the guardians, for the society, and for the whole world.
Vice Chancellor of the Canadian University of Bangladesh, Jahirul Haque. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anik. Thank you.
That's why knowledge matters.